Welcome back. In this lesson, we will explore functions, which is subroutines in Perl. Functions allow us to write reusable blocks of code, making our programs more modular and efficient. Let's get started. So here question is, what are functions in Perl? A function, or we can say subroutine, is a reusable block of code that performs a specific task and can be called as multiple times. So benefit is that avoid duplication, makes code easier to read and maintain, helps in debugging and scaling application. So let's define a first function, or we can say subroutine in Perl, and we define a function using sub keyword. So just we can write sub space, and then here we can say function underscore name and start curly braces, and here you can write code that you want to execute, code to execute, the simple, right? So for example, let's say I'll say function is greet, and inside this we can just say um, welcome to Perl program, terminate it, and then if we want to call it, simply we can say greet and then function. Now this is how you can just write your program, your subroutine function. So if I just wanted to run, I'll write here Perl space subroutine, enter. So now you can see we get output welcome to Perl program. Similarly, you can write here. Even let me try if we can just paste here and then function is declared after that. Let's try to run it. Still it will work. So it doesn't matter where you define your function, it will always work. So next thing is we can see how we can pass the argument in this function. So suppose here if we just wanted to pass name, let's say I'll say Chandan. Now function we have declared greet and without any parameter mentioned here in the subroutine. So just to take that input you have to use my, and then inside braces you have to use a scalar variable name, any name you can choose, equal to, and then at the rate and then underscore. So whenever you will use at the rate underscore and semicolon, that means at the rate underscore will take, so basically at the rate underscore is Perl's default array holding function arguments, we can say. So from this array holding, we are just trying to get the first variable, first data, which is name. And then if you want, you can just write here dollar name. It will call. So let's run it. And here you can see welcome to Perl program Chandan. Simply it will print. Suppose if you have more than one variable, more than one argument, something like this, Chandan Kumar, how you will get that? So you will have only this function at the rate underscore. Now here you can say that this is our first name, and then you can use dollar, and then you can say L name, last name. So first name and last name, you can just print here that last name, L name, and then this one will be called as F name. Let's run it. You can see we get the output. It's quite simple. You can pass a number of argument in the function or subroutine. To get it, you have one option which is at the rate underscore, and then with the help of dollar you can extract the value from that function, and if you want to return that thing also you can do. So suppose if you create just here one function which is sub add function, right? And inside add you just need to um, declare here, I'll say dollar num1, or for short one I first write n1 dollar n2, and this value we will get from at the rate underscore semicolon, and then just return it. So I'll say dollar n1 plus dollar n2. we just wanted to add it, and now to call I'll just say add, and here I'll say 20 and then 30. So now these two value will be added, but it will not print as we are returning it. So we just need to write one more variable. I'll say result equal to, whenever we declare variable we need to use dollar and then print it. So I'll say either you can use print function or you can just use save function. So in print I'll say sum colon and then I'll say dollar result. So here it will print the output. So you can see the output is sum 50. This is how we can easily use sum or use our subroutine or function. Now we have one more method, which is a shift method, shift keyword, which is default parameters. And in Perl, instead of using @ you can also use shift. The only thing is, whenever you will use shift, you have to get the data in the same sequence. So retrieve values one by one. For example, let me just do here, instead of writing I'll do, I'll create here my $n1 equal to shift semicolon, then my $n2 equal to shift, and then it will again add that. So instead of using, since we wanted to pass here two parameter, so we have to write shift two times, and then let's run it. So you can see we are getting 50 output. Now the one benefit that you can have is shift is you can check the value, and if value is empty, in that case you can assign some default value, and to assign you can use this double pipe, and then let's say I'll say 1 or let's say 0. So since we are adding, and suppose if value 30 is given, then it's fine, it will add 20 plus 30. But suppose if this value is not given, right, we have only one argument, in that case what will happen, this shift will consider as empty, and instead of and in that case 0 will be assigned to n2, and you will not get any error. So this is how you can use default parameter in Perl. So now next thing that we can see is how we can use function inside loop. So for example, here we have the same function, I can use any loop, and then based on that we can get the value. So suppose I'll create here sub factorial. So suppose if we have something this kind of use, then how you will do that. So I'll say my, and inside I'll use $n. This is the value, and we'll get from @_. And now what we will do, return 1 if $n equal to 0. So this is the first base. If n is 0, then return 1. Else what we can do, return $n, and into, we can just call the same function again. This is how we can write factorial, and inside this I'll pass $n minus 1. So this is how we are calling function into function. This is recursive function. And now thing is how we will call it. So suppose if we need to print let's say factorial of 1 to 5, then then how we will do that. So if we have single function, right, so I'll just write here factorial, and if we have to store it and then print it. So I'll just say let's say I'll say my $res equal to, and let's say I'll pass here 10. I wanted to see the factorial of 10, and then what we will do, we'll print it. So I'll say print result equal to $res. So let's first check this, and then we'll add into the loop. So now factorial of 10 is this, right? So if we want to check the 5 factorial, let's check. So 5 factorial is 120. So I'll say factorial factorial, right? So factorial is 120. Now you can call this function inside loop as well. So for that we can say for, and here I'll say my $I, and then you can give the range. So I'll say 0 dot dot 5, and this is the range. That means it will take value from 0 to 5. I value will be assigned from 0 to 5, and then we can just calculate it and print it. So here I'll say instead of 5 I'll say $I, and in this case it will just print it. Let's put /n, so we can check the value one by one. So you can see factorial of 0 is 1, and then for factorial of 1 is also 1, then 2, 6, 24, and then 120. This is how you can call function inside any loops. So now that you know how to define and call function, or we can say subroutine, in next session we will learn more about the scopes and variables, local variables, and will make our application in that way. So we can see the passing argument, returning value, those things we can consider inside it. Thank you so much.